I've already created a video in which I explain to you how your mother is like an emotional toddler, and in this video I want to move on to how do you deal with her being an emotional toddler. So if you haven't watched that video, check out the description here and go see that first. And then now we can focus on how to deal with your mother that is being an emotional toddler. And first I want to say my name is Åse Wegerif and I'm a survivor of a narcissistic mother myself, and I'm also a counselor, and I provide help online through my YouTube channel. So I think that one of the very important things is that your mother doesn't have awareness of the fact that she doesn't have awareness of the fact that there's something very, very wrong with her, because being a narcissist, she's clinging to the false survival self of thinking that she's perfect and that there's something wrong with everybody else but not with her. So she's lacking awareness on a very deep level. And what I'm saying is that you need to arm yourself with the awareness of this, so that you don't start to buy into, which you probably have done a lot in order to survive when you were a child. But now that you're an adult, you need to stop buying into her definition of reality and start to develop your own. And this video is a way to help you do that. So gain insight, gain understanding, gain awareness of what you're dealing with. That is the best way of dealing with complex situations, is to understand what you're facing. And especially so since it's a mother-child relationship, because that's already like what's more complex than that? There's not much that gets more complex than that. So if you can understand that you're dealing with an emotional toddler, then perhaps that can help you really see that when you're with her. And when you see it more clearly, it can help you actually stop acting as if she's normal, and then getting you into situations in which you're hurt, perhaps you're telling her things that you shouldn't be, perhaps you're giving her ammunition that she can use against you, and so on. So having a map and having an understanding and actually going into your relationship with her, if you still have one, that means that you can begin to see what she's truly like. You can really begin to observe and understand that this is about her and her issues and not yours. That can shift a lot internally in you, in terms of probably you've been a child of a narcissistic mother, meaning that you've taken a lot of things upon yourself as weaknesses and faults with yourself that you never should have done. And it's not just with your mother, because what starts with your mother becomes a way of being in relationship with others too. That's why we are often feeling like we're doing something wrong if there's a problem we're with people, and then a situation occurs. All of a sudden we sit there feeling like we've done something wrong, when in fact it's got nothing to do with us. Things such as this, you develop a certain kind of sensitivity and a certain kind of feeling like things are your fault, feeling like becoming over-responsible, and the whole thing gets out of hand, and it gets really hard to live that way, and so on. So this insight and awareness of the problem being with her is really, really important to get. So really do notice, look at what she's like in terms of being a toddler, and see that you can actually see it with her. So you don't want to make expectations of her that go beyond what a toddler can do emotionally. So let's remind ourselves in what ways she's like a toddler, so that we can see how to manage her. So point number 1, she lacks awareness of herself. She thinks that everybody else is the problem and that she's perfect. And lacking awareness means that she is in this and she keeps going in the same pattern all the time. So if you've been hurt by her again and again and again and again and again, perhaps you didn't even see it. Perhaps you now have some awareness of the fact that she's actually the cause of your pain, and that she's actually doing things to you that hurts you. This is often a very gradual awakening process for us, children of narcissistic mothers. But now that you can see that she's doing that, then that's the pattern. And when there's a pattern, the best prediction of going forward is going to be the pattern that is already established. So this means that don't think that you'll get any acknowledgement. Don't think that she'll take ownership of anything. Don't think that she won't be pointing the fingers, and dealing with such a person, who, being in relationship, dealing with somebody who is like this, it's a lot to do with not seeing it, knowing it, and not expecting anything else, because when your expectations aren't normal, then you don't need to get so hurt as you are. Point number 2 is that it's all about her. The world revolves around her. She thinks that it's all about her. There's no space in the relationship for you. So it's normal to be very hurt when you're in a close relationship and the other person doesn't see you, when the other person doesn't really care about you, when the other person doesn't really pay attention to you, when the other person doesn't know things about you that you've told them. Basically, there is no space for you there. So if you come into the relationship, which of course you do, because when you're not narcissistic and having normal expectations, of course we can expect the other person to notice us, to be there, that we are two people in this relationship and both matter. Saying that, when you've grown up with a narcissistic mother, you are pretty much molded into the mold of always being for the other and erasing yourself. So that's the pattern. And the thing is, it's a pattern that hurts you. It's a pattern that makes it really hard for you. It's a destructive pattern for you to be in. So it does mean things like, how much do you subject yourself to her? How much time do you spend in this relationship? Do you have other relationships in which you have a more normal dynamic going on, where you also get seen or not? Or at least that's what you need to move towards to have a good life. So just know it, that there isn't any genuine interest there. Just know it, that there isn't really, she's not really paying attention to you. Just know it, that she's maybe listening half a little bit to you, and then she's moving on to herself, and that's how she is. And the next part is that she's not very good at getting a no, or she'll have a tantrum if she doesn't get her way. If things don't happen fast enough in the way she wanted it to be, and so on. And she'll be critical, all the vile and everything negative is going to just come right out, and aggression and her nasty side can come all out if she doesn't get her way. So then it's something it depends on how far you've gotten in the healing journey. But I've come to the point where I just don't expect much from her. I don't give her much of myself either anymore. I don't make myself vulnerable with her. I don't open myself to her. I don't share things with her. I'm pretty much grey rocking her, making myself uninteresting, and because when she attacks, she can't really reach me. She can't really get to me. So, and just knowing that if she doesn't get away, she'll have a tantrum. So maybe you can stay clear of some of them. But realize that this is not a normal relationship. You're making major sacrifices here. This is unhealthy. It's not the way that normal relationships should go. So, meaning manage the relationship, set the boundaries that you need to set, and make sure that you have other more healthy relationships. And if you aren't able to create those healthy relationships and you're struggling with this, then you can learn it. And one way you can learn it is to join my 12-week healing journey program, where you are joined by other women and men in the same process of finding yourself, finding healthy ways of being, and breaking out of these patterns and getting support. So if you're interested in that, you can email me. My email is in the description of this video, or you can also join my email community, and then you get information about it. Your narcissistic mother really lacks awareness of other people, their boundaries. She sees other people as someone or not as a person, but in fact almost like an object, as an extension of her, especially you as her child. And that she can decide for you, that her opinion matters, that you don't, and that she gets what she wants. So in terms of boundaries, this is probably where it started for you, because you were a child of her, but you get to be one of these people who really gets to establish firm and solid and clear boundaries, because you're going to have to do that with her, because the other, if you don't, you're going to be used by her, you're going to be depleted by her, you're going to be you can't build a solid sense of self if your fences are all the way down, especially with people who use you. So it's really, really important that you do actually develop boundaries. And how do you do that? You can learn it, join my email community, and then you will get more information about my training for this. Your narcissistic mother doesn't have any empathy, true empathy. So she may understand cognitively, but she doesn't really feel like what it's like to be in your shoes or something. I think the main thing is don't expect it, because it only gets you hurt. I remember that. I got so hurt. I was so reactive, upset, hurt again, and so on. So the more you realize that she may appear to be empathic, but a lot of it is just her painting a normal facade when she doesn't actually have it. So it's better to realize that she doesn't actually have it, because it's when she's not so focused. I don't know if you can see that, when it's not. If you're talking about empathy, if there's other people around, she might be very pretending to be so empathic and so on. But then in the moments when nobody else is looking, that's when you can see that she's not really, if you see what I mean. I'm sure you do. So, and guilt and shame and morality, you may have been shamed a lot. You may feel a lot of shame and guilt, and she may act not in the interest of you as her child. She may not go by the boundaries that everybody else goes by. She might lack some morality and so on. So how do you deal with it? Knowing that she wants to push it on to you, that's one thing. And really, and she probably has done as well a lot when you grew up and you've had to deal with that. So sorting through that and not taking that on and kind of pushing it back onto her when you're around her, like try not to be open and available to her emotionally. Try not to be open and available to her, is what I would say. So I hope we've gotten to the end of this, and I hope that this has been helpful, and I'd love to see you again. So if you did get some help from this, I'd love for you to comment. I'd also love for you to subscribe and like my video. That really helps me and my YouTube channel, so I'm really grateful for that. And do get in touch with me if you'd like my assistance more. So all the best to you, and you're not alone. There's many of us and we can support each other. So all the best to you. Bye bye.